Hi, Kim from Able Recruitment. Did you know that when you're job searching, the absolute best thing that you can do for yourself is to manage your energy? Energy in gives you the energy to spend on the applications, on the interviews, on the phone calls. So we can make this really simple. I'm going to give you some tips to follow, and I promise you, if you even implement some of these, even just a little bit, you'll feel better about your job search and you'll have more success. Sometimes it takes longer than you would like to get that next role, and you can start to feel down or flat. You can start to feel as though you're doing something wrong or that there's something wrong with you. So the 3 tips for managing your energy in is move your body, eat properly, and watch the self-talk. With energy out, you're going to network consistently, remember your strengths, and move on quickly. So with energy in, you need to just get out and do some exercise, or stay in the house and do some exercise. I don't care, as long as you move. If you're starting to feel depressed, as lots of people sometimes do if they've been retrenched, or if they're dealing with a situation as we are at the moment where there's a pandemic that's sort of put us in a very different situation in terms of job availability, please go outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine, even if it's for 5 minutes. Even if it's just to your letterbox and back. Ideally, you're going to go around the block and maybe go for half an hour or an hour if you can. But if that seems overwhelming, or you're not used to exercising, or you just really don't want to do that, then at least please go to the corner and come back. Go to the letterbox and come back. Do that today, and then tomorrow maybe go a little bit further. When it comes to eating well, regardless of whether you're low carb or vegan or you're a carnivore or whatever it is, you'll know for yourself what your own values are and what your own style is. The 3rd tip for managing that energy in is to watch your self-talk. There are so many people who say things to themselves, something will go wrong and you'll think, oh, I'm such an idiot. And it seems like it's nothing, and doesn't everybody do that? Yes. But when you are job searching and it's getting stressful and it's really hard and you're feeling as though it's not happening as quickly as you would like, if you're constantly saying negative things to yourself, that will absolutely affect your mood and it will send you in a downward spiral. I see it all the time. It's really sad. You're not alone if you're feeling like that. It's actually pretty common for people to start feeling that way during their job search. So try and catch yourself if you do notice that you're saying things like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Instead, just be compassionate to yourself. Notice that you did that, and then see if next time, if you catch yourself starting with that thought, just replace it with something more positive. It does take work. You have to keep doing it. I guarantee you though, if you get on top of this one, it'll make a really, really big difference to your mood, your job search, and how other people are relating to you. So a 4th bonus tip for the energy in is sleep. If you're feeling down and you're worried about getting that job, it's really hard to sleep properly, I know. But if you're managing those other 3 things that we talked about, then hopefully the result of that will be that you will just naturally sleep better. If you're getting some exercise and some fresh air, if you're eating properly and you're talking to yourself kindly, hopefully you'll sleep better at night. All right, so when it comes to energy out, here's the bit where we get into the actual job search activities. Make sure you're networking consistently. You might set yourself a target where you say, all right, well, today I'm going to apply for 5 jobs, or today I'm going to ring 5 people. Those 5 people could be recruiters like myself, or those 5 people could be just people in your network that you know. Maintain those networks. See if you can catch up with people either over the phone. We've been doing lots of Zoom calls lately. Cafes are open. You can go and do coffee. You can go and catch up for lunch with some of people that you've worked with before, or people that are in your professional network. You don't have to say to people, can you get me a job at your company? Nobody's comfortable doing that anyway, and it's not comfortable to receive that sort of request. What you can do is to say, can you please keep me in mind if you know of anyone, or if you hear of anything where they're looking for this type of person, I'm keen. That's all you have to say. The 2nd tip for your energy out is remembering your key strengths. Make sure that you focus on what you're actually good at. You've been good in previous roles because of these particular traits. That hasn't changed. Just because you miss out on one role, or even if you miss out on several roles that you really thought were going to be a natural fit for you, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Keep focusing on your strengths and targeting roles and companies that would make good use of those strengths. The final tip in energy out is letting go of resentment, moving on quickly. If you're in a situation where you've been let go or you've been retrenched for some reason or something's gone wrong and you're carrying some anger or some resentment towards that situation, do whatever work you need to so that you can move through that and let it go. Whatever you're feeling bitter, angry, resentful, negative, that is still going to come across when you have future conversations. Even if you make no reference to it whatsoever, when I'm sitting across the desk from somebody and we're talking about their next role and where they want to go, if they're feeling bitter and twisted, it really does show, and it doesn't help your cause. You'll feel bad longer than necessary, and you will put people off because they'll think that you're a negative person. I hope that some of these tips have helped you. I know that it's really, really difficult to be job searching. I know that sometimes people start to feel depressed, they feel down, they feel anxious, they feel guilty for their family because they have responsibilities. It's just a difficult situation, and I guarantee you that there is nobody that I've ever spoken to that is immune from some sort of effect on their ego or how they feel about themselves. It is a very rare, extremely resilient person that isn't affected to some extent. So I've given you quite a lot of advice which is outside the realms of an insurance recruiter, but I tell you what, I see this all the time and I see what works with my candidates, and I really wanted to share some of that information, and hopefully when you feel better, you'll present better, and that will help you get the role. Please do go and talk to your GP, your naturopath, get some advice, get a referral to somebody to talk to, ring any of those places where you can just talk to somebody. Oftentimes people feel as though they can't talk to their family because they feel guilty, and then they feel as though they can't talk to their friends because they're trying to maintain some sort of illusion about them being okay when they're really not okay. Honestly, the best thing that you can do, manage that energy in and energy out, and please talk to somebody if you need to.